Hi students, welcome to our online class today. So today what we want to do is discuss and learn what is a snapshot lead. But just as a review, I just wanted to make sure that you have this handout in front of you. We reviewed this in class deciduously. We went through everything. And what we're really working on at this point in time is the description pattern, which is going to be very brief in your exemplification paper. So don't worry about that. We're really looking for 4 to 5 sentences in a snapshot lead. So I'm going to invite you to open up your yellow handout to the place that indicates to you that we are now studying the snapshot lead. So I'd like for you, before we continue on with the video, to take a look and read this thoroughly, because I'm going to go through this very briefly, and the snapshot lead is a lot of fun. As we discussed in class, every single paper needs a lead. It's like the bride in the wedding. She just doesn't show up. There are leads. She has her bridesmaids. There's a red carpet. So I want you to think and focus just on a lead as a way of introducing and grabbing your audience into your paper. So the snapshot lead is exactly what it is. It is a snapshot. We all know how to use our phones. We open them up, we take selfies with them, or we take photographs. That's exactly what a snapshot lead is. You take a picture. Now, some of us are visual learners. We can imagine pictures in our minds. If you're someone that can't do that, I'm going to invite you to Google pics. In our case, we are studying the theme of violence, and our poem, Warning in Black and Blue, really discusses domestic violence. You may, for this exercise, want to Google pics of domestic violence. I do want to warn you, when you do that, there are some that are very, very difficult to see. You do not have to pick something that is horrific. You can get something that is, how do we say that violence is soft? Really, there isn't any way of doing that. But let me give you an example of a picture that I found that I wanted to share with you. This is a picture of a mother holding, there are 2 children in there. She's holding one and another one is sleeping. We don't really see the violence in this picture. It could be, if our theme was love, we could actually write a picture describing love. But because our theme is violence, we can imagine what is going to happen or what happened to this family. So you are allowed to use this picture. You may stop this film at any time to take another good look at this and use this picture as a model for your snapshot lead. Now, when you start writing your snapshot lead, my other suggestion to you, this is suggestion number 2. The first one was to Google a picture of violence. Again, be careful. Some of the images on the internet are really horrific. But the other thing you want to do is you want to help your reader imagine. And so I invite you and recommend that you use the word imagine as the first word in your snapshot lead. The word imagine helps your reader, invites your reader to use their imagination, which is a very, very good thing. And so, if I'm going to use the word imagine as my starter for this picture, I'm going to just talk you verbally through it. I would say, as a snapshot lead, for my thesis, which we discussed in class and you have in your notes, I would start my lead with this. Imagine a mother holding her child tightly with the fear in her heart of a husband that may come home drunk. A little girl sleeps on the table. She is already exhausted from everything that has happened during the day. The mother hugs the child and hopes to protect them from fists or blood or verbal violence. So I've just used 3 sentences to describe the picture. Of course, it's sloppy copy style in my head. And again, this is an exploration. And then if you take a look at your handout, there is a second part that asks you to write a connecting sentence. The connecting sentence can be a question. So I would add to that, those 3 sentences, is it correct? Is it right that families need to be subjected to domestic violence? That would be my 4th sentence. And then, as the handout shows, you would insert your thesis. You already have a thesis. So the invitation is to create a description. You can use your own experience. You can use the picture that I showed you. You can also use a picture that you Googled from the internet. The point is to let me see the picture, to let me smell the picture, to let me feel what's going on, to let me taste the picture, because violence does have a taste. If you've seen a violent situation, God forbid, either in your own home or on the TV, you know that violence has a taste of bitterness. So I invite you to consider writing 4 to 5 sentences, allowing me, your reader, to see, smell, taste, hear, or feel the violence in any particular picture that you show. This is an exploration. I don't expect perfection. So your online assignment will be to write your introductory paragraph using the Snapshot lead. In the handout, I also give you an example of how to bring it together. You're very smart people. I'm sure you can read this and figure this out. You should have fun. This should be challenging, but it also will invigorate your writing when you take the time to think, to view a picture, think about what's happening in there, and describe it to your reader in 4 to 5 sentences, and then at the end add your thesis. This is your online lesson. I will post the assignment on assignments, give you a little bit more further directions, and I'm sure you're going to do just fine. You can email me with any questions. Your assignment is due at the usual time, Saturday before 11:59 p.m. Thank you.